there's kind of deep experiences in the system and how I saw things unfold and just the bullshit and lies. You know, when you go in, you know, you are almost brainwashed to believe a certain thing, that what prison is supposed to be, and it's definitely not.
So, all right, everybody, this is Aaron Peila. He did almost 14 years in the prisons, BOP, federal prison system. I'm gonna let him explain all that. I wanted to introduce, who he is and what he's doing now. We're gonna go through his life before, during, and after prison, and I'm gonna tag all his social medias in the captions. The floor is yours.
So leading up to prison, I was just a street kid, just running around, but, I found a way. Started some businesses, 1 foot in the streets, 1 foot out. You know how that is. You don't really get out completely ever. It's kind of your backbone. It's kind of what it's your comfort zone. Well, I ended up catching a weapons charge in Nevada, so I went to state prison in Nevada, but when I caught that weapons charge, I got put on probation. So when I went to the probation office, they went to my house and found another one. So I went to the state on the first one. The second one sent me federal. So I did my first little bid in the state, caught my parole, went to the feds. When I was in the feds, I was about a year from the door. I had a 46-month sentence, and then I caught a RICO case. So I caught a CCE, I caught a kingpin case. It was a pill case. It was spread out through 5 states, 31 co-defendants. I was the top spot, so I got the kingpin 20 to life, but I was able to plead that down to 12 consecutive, so I had 16 and a half total. I did 13 years, 8 months, 8 days on that sentence. I just barely completed that.
Explain why.
My RICO case was called Operation 6 Cents because at the time I had a clothing line and a record label called Sick Wear Clothing and 6 Sound Records. So it was named, the indictment was named after that. That's what's led me here. So I'm free, finally completed my sentence, doing probation, doing well, trying to get back on my feet and get a little traction in the real world.
Real quick, I wanted to say, explain to people who don't know what it means when you have fed time compared to state, how much time you do on each year.
So in federal, you do 85%. Like it's mandatory. It's really 87%, but they figured that out, how to get around it. The FBOP is crazy. They kind of just do whatever they want. So Congress passed these laws, and they're just like, yeah, whatever, we're going to do these people exactly how we want to do them. Well, the First Step Act was passed in 2017, and it took all the way up until like 2023 for those extra 7 days a year to come off. So it used to be 87%, and now it's 85. It was always supposed to be 85. You do your time. Like, that's what it is. State, though, is a little different. You got that front number and that back number. So in state, I had a 19 to 48 months. But because I was going to the feds anyway, they cut me loose on my first parole. So it was a 19-month sentence that I had to do over there.
Damn, yeah, that's kind of confusing probably to some people. When I was finishing my time, which I was in the state, I did 6 years, 9 months. It was talking about a new law passing that was going to change for state 2 to be similar to the fed time, where it was going to be a certain amount you do on a year. I think it was 10 months or 8 months on a year or something like that. I don't know.
Yes, they don't have like parole and shit, and you basically, you're doing 85%, but you can max out on the other 15. So when you catch a shot, they give you 41 days, they take it away or whatever, 27 days, just depending on the severity of the shot. So you have X amount of days to lose per year.
Right? You talking about a whole shot?
Yeah, like a shot is just a write-up and infraction.
Okay, some of this stuff we're saying, we know what it means, but the outside world might be like, what's a shot? I know what you meant, though.
Right.
So you just finished up your house arrest time. How's that feel?
Right. Fuck, bro. It's just like 1,000,000 pounds of stress off my shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, when you get released to the halfway house, it's a surreal feeling too, but you still don't have that